As a matter of fact, wow. I got a really bad connection, so I really apologize for that. Because sometimes my computer does some really weird, fucked up stuff. Anyway, I'm going to share with you some really weird news. As a matter of fact, you heard about the Jennifer Aniston thing earlier. Well, this is from Chuck Shepard's News of the Weird. We have some strange news of the weird. That, here we are, we're here at the news for News of the Weird. Excuse me as I belch. The current one, the lead story from News of the Weird is from May 30th, 2010. Chuck from News of the Weird says that American families from certain Asian and African cultures continue to ritually circumcise their young daughters. Though the practice is illegal in the U.S. and most of the world, in May, the Bioethics Committee of the American Academy of Pediatrics changed its policy from absolutely banning such surgery to one which would sanction a minor pinprick on girls' genitals, comparable, it's said, to ear piercing. So they're going to get their clits pierced? Wow. With the hope of satisfying parents that they would not opt to send the girls to the home countries for full genital mutilation. Ew. I'm sorry. Oh God, that causes me some pain. Now, U.S. anti-female circumcision support groups were outraged, said one advocate. We don't let husbands beat their wives just a little bit, just because their cultures permit wife beating. This was on May 26. Following the storm of criticism, the Academy rescinded the policy change. This is from the New York Times. This is the government in action. The local government of Bolton, England, responding in March to a citizen's report of a discarded mattress on the side of a road, sent an official access to the scene. He wrote a work order for 4 men, a driver, an assistant, and 2 supervisors, and a 1.7-ton construction vehicle, and the pickup was scheduled for the following week. According to a report in the Daily Telegraph, when a Bolton councilman, when a Bolton councilman saw the schedule, he, with the help of a friend, drove a second van to the scene and hauled the mattress to a dump site. This is from the Daily Telegraph. In Hollywood, Florida, a leukemia patient on Medicaid had endured 6 months of grueling chemotherapy in order to be healthy enough for a long-awaited bone marrow transplant. When in March, the Social Security Administration caseworker called her up out of the blue to inform her that her son was eligible for disability payments, which the woman immediately signed up for. However, almost immediately, Medicaid removed her from its rolls because the disability check raised her income beyond the qualifying maximum, and her transplant was life-threateningly canceled. In April, the hospital persuaded Medicaid to cover the transplant. This is from Miami. Now, in April, officials in Hudson, New York, proudly unveiled their state-of-the-art water fountain for the disabled in the county courthouse. A fixture whose installation was agreed in a 2003 settlement with federal officials enforcing the Americans with Disabilities Act. However, the fountain was installed on the courthouse's second floor, which is accessible only by stairway. In defense, county officials said the fountain had several features for handicapped people other than those in wheelchairs. Okay, can we say what the fuck? Now, now in California, you don't want to commit a crime because those Californians, they love them some death penalty, I tell you. Apparently the death penalty is so important to Californians that they spend $125 million a year administering it. Plus, $400 million recently for a new death row and execution chamber, even though the state is notoriously nearly bankrupt. And even though in a death row population of more than 700, only 13 have been executed in the last 30 years. As news of the weird mentioned last year, one killer demanded the death penalty instead of life in prison because death row has better facilities, and because, like nearly everyone on death row, he expects to die of disease or natural causes before the state can execute him. Said the outraged mother of a raped and murdered teenage boy of her son's killer, Scott Erickson, who is in there watching television, knowing I am going to die before he goes. This is from the San Diego Union Tribune. Let's see, in the art world, what is going on here in the art world? This is entitled Great Art. Susan Collis's Conceptual Art, Since I Fall For You, debuted at the Icon Gallery in Birmingham, England in May, consisting of an empty room with pieces of lumber on the floor, along with a broom propped against the wall and an empty laundry bag. Though the Birmingham Mail quoted several annoyed visitors, Collis defended her work. Often work that looks very careless takes a long time to produce. This is in the Birmingham Mail. Just finishing up in May at New York City's Museum of Modern Art is a tribute to performance artist Marina Abramovic for her lifetime achievements in making patrons uneasy. Videos played, including one in which the artist screams at the top of her lungs until such time she loses her voice. Holy shit. Well, I guess that's art. And I'm an art history major, mind you. And visitors face unsettling live demonstrations, including being asked to enter a room by squeezing between a naked man and woman facing each other in the doorway. Wow. Awkward! The artist herself planned to attend the entire run, sitting at a table in the museum's atrium, silent and motionless all day long, during which time patrons could stare back at her. This is news from Minnesota. Minnesota, don't you know? This is a actual police report. A 2009 Minnesota law gives local police the authority to make traffic stops to enforce the stand-alone offenses of a failure of a passenger to wear a seatbelt. According to a report in the Pioneer Press, police in the St. Paul suburb of Maplewood take it very seriously. An undercover cop posing as a homeless man with a "Will Work for Food" sign roamed an intersection, peering into cars and secretly signaling colleagues, who subsequently pulled over violators, and all unbelted passengers were issued $108 tickets, $25 for the violation, $75 for the brand new surcharge for petty misdemeanors, and an $8 general state fee, none of which, according to the legislative history, represented a tax increase. Veteran Dallas attorney Sandra McFeely, 67, was arrested in April after refusing to stop pruning the excess vegetation and dead tree limbs at her neighbor's Wynwood Parkway Park, which she had been doing regularly for 3 years, thus violating municipal trespass ordinance. McFeely remained upbeat. "I met some neat people at that police station. I've never been in a perp walk before. It was cool," said a supporter. "It's hard enough to keep that neighborhood nice without having the police haul people off for felonious gardening." Wow. Yeah, this lady was just trying to do her part and make the planet beautiful, and, well, she gets arrested for it. What the hell is this world coming to? I don't know. I don't understand. This is from Galena Park. Well, actually, we have one more minute of this segment left. If you're wondering what you're watching, you are watching the Alexandra Paris Show. I am Alexandra Paris, your hostess this evening. And, well, if you would like to contact me via MySpace, you can do that at www.myspace.com/galactic_group. You are watching my live blog TV show that I do, that I'm going to do every first Wednesday of the month. And if you would like to contact me, you can contact me at alexandraparistvshow@gmail.com. And yes, I'm doing the whole Carol Burnett thing, but I will be right back right after this, so I'm going to take a few second break. And